Are you serious? Are you serious? This is a very, very sad day for the world. France, certainly a horrible, horrible morning. Now the death toll at 84 in the Bastille Day tragedy, atrocity, catastrophic attack by a radical Islamic Muslim militant who murdered these 84 people. That's the report. The question is, where's the second man? It was reported, eyewitnesses everywhere, that two gunmen, the driver got out and another man, both opened fire upon the crowd of people. There were reports that the second man fled all over the place. It was reported by every major news network, eyewitnesses everywhere. But as the evening drifted, so did even the concept of a second gunman. This morning, it's one super soldier, again, did it all. Just like Orlando, Florida, we're led to believe that one man could kill 50 people, wound 53, shut all the exits, send post on Facebook and Twitter, call the television station, call 911, text his wife while doing it all and holding back a SWAT team for 3 hours. We're to believe that one super soldier shot 11 police officers, killing 5 in Dallas, Texas, shooting from the top of the roof, as eyewitnesses said, shooting and killing a man in the middle of the street, which we have video of, and shooting from a second-floor window, and even reports of a fourth-floor window. One man, a super soldier. Now we have one man, a truck driver. Let me just ask you the question. Is that possible? And where's the third guy from San Bernardino? Anyway, here's what's going on. French President François Hollande pays tributes to the bravery of the security forces. He says the police are the pride of France. He also thanks the fire and the rescue services and the hospitals in Nice. Hospital staff came in the middle of the night to save lives, Hollande says. Their service was extraordinary. France faces a long battle, the president warns. The whole world is watching us and expressing its solidarity. The world is thinking of us, he added. Now, President Hollande gave these statements after hosting a meeting of security officials in Nice. 84 people have been officially identified as dead, and further 50 are being between life and death in critical, grave conditions. So that death toll may rise. I pray to God it don't. People from a number of nationalities are among the dead, Hollande says. Those who witnessed the attack will have to live with this trauma. Even after France has endured this attack, it is a huge shock. This is the third attack in France and the French way of life in 18 months. Every one of us has been targeted by this radical Islamic ideology. The cartoonist, the journalist, the French Jews, the football fans, the diners, the rock fans, and now families enjoying the most childlike, wondrous of spectacles, the Bastille Day fireworks. This is hope, of course. There is hope that this warped ideology, in its profound inhumanity, will eventually self-destruct. We shouldn't simply wait for it to happen. A state of emergency cannot protect us all. The aim of the attackers is to exhaust the police forces while triggering a civil war mentality in the country of France. The question is, what can each of us do to eradicate this festering disease? We can stay calm and resolute, or of course, but that is not enough. The government must have a clear long-term strategy, and we must all be united and stand firm on the values of the French. Folks, This is the day of rage that's been declared on social media by groups posing to be anonymous. Also, we know that Black Lives Matter and other radical groups have joined in. There's a social media frenzy declaring rallies in 37 cities. Now, I've covered this already, called the Day of Rage, July 15, 2016, in which in that video, I read to you the location of all of the cities. Will the organizers who say they're just going to protest and are not part of the rage, just the protesters, will they decide not to go to the streets in lieu of this horrific scene in France? Or will the day of rage turn into an absolute catastrophic explosion in the United States of America? I'm praying to God it doesn't. I'm praying to the Lord that it doesn't. And here's the question. You're hearing the French president and the people there say, we've got to fix the problem. The problem is the immigration policy, the migrant crisis, the open door policy of the EU that allows the migrants to pour in from the Middle East and North Africa, many of which who have this warped ideology, many of which who have been disturbingly polluted in their own minds and spiritually corrupted, who believe that the murder and the massacre and the madness upon the masses is what will bring nirvana of some sort, that it's somehow a righteous cause and the will of their God. I can proclaim to you on the authority of the Lord Jesus Christ, of which I represent as a pastor, that there's nowhere in the lids of this Bible that God would ever, again, want to see something like this. The enemy must stop, but they won't unless we stop them. There has to be a change. There has to be a visa here in America. We must protect our borders. We must change our immigration policies, and we must enforce them. And then we must turn inwardly and look at what we've potentially set up and the sleeper cells that are already here and determine how to deal with that. This is going to be a process. No one president is going to fix it overnight. And you can look for Francois Hollande to be removed as a French president. You'll see he's gone. He will not be there in 12 months. They will have to put someone else in with the mentality that would work along with the world leadership. And as Obama exits the scene, a new president will step into the White House. Will they have the fortitude? Will they have the gumption, if you will? Will they have the awareness to answer that 3 a.m. call and to make the changes necessary to protect this nation from the atrocities that we're already suffering and many more that we could? Pray for France. Pray for the people there. Pray for the families of the 84 victims that are already dead. And pray, and many of which are children, by the way. They got run over by this truck because they couldn't get the kids out of the way. Little toddlers, mothers with baby strollers. I mean, are you serious? What a coward this guy is. What a coward. Deranged, demonically possessed, and an ideology of radical Islamic belief that is as evil can be. Pray for those that are injured. About 50 are clinging to life right now, and another 50 are also injured. So please, pray for France. Today, our live broadcast, titled The Day of Rage, because today is the Day of Rage. Mike from around the world will be with us. He has already prepared to give us some more information and intel on the Day of Rage here in America. He'll be with me live. Broadcast starts at 12 noon Eastern. You don't want to miss it. At my website at www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. That's www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. I'll also be live on Blog Talk Radio. You can dial a phone number if you want to listen to it live because you can't get to a computer. That phone number is 347-324-5208. You can also watch it live on Roku satellite television. You can also watch it live on New Live Stream. You can also watch it live on Heidi Begley's YouTube channel. Heidi Begley. Archives will be provided as well if you're going to miss it. Do this, though. Pray. Pray against, reject the day of rage. I'll be back with more current world events. Will the psych ops continue as the blood flows? Are you saved? Give your life to Jesus Christ. Are you serious? I am serious. We're living in the last days.